Is record on?
Uh-huh. I just turned it on. This is Benny Martinez right here in front of us. Say hello, Benny.
Hi there.
Tell us your name.
I'm Ella Dunford,
How old are you, Ella?
77.
And holding.
You are?
Yes, right.
She looks pretty good, huh?
God.
Yeah. 70.
I thought you were maybe in your 50s.
No, baby, your daddy's that old. Yeah, I'm 70.
She was around when he was born,
I was
honey.
there when he was born.
They were told a bird dropped off your father and
When those cranes in the creek was flying and
Boy, you sure have
Yeah.
kept it together.
thank you. I work every day, baby. Every day.
honey,
In a beauty shop, right?
Barbershop, honey. I have a barbershop. Yeah, I have a barbershop and beauty shop.
she said she'd rather do men's hair.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's all I do.
Hey, would you
She
mind
makes
giving Benny a
good
haircut? Does everyone ask you, would you give me a haircut?
Oh, yeah. I already know when I see them coming, I know which are my customers and, which are not. So.
Now, when you're on your social time, do people say, now what do you think about this kind of hairdo for me or that kind of...
Well, not really. A lot of them. They right now the flat tops are real popular.
Yeah.
They love flat tops.
Do you color their hair too?
No.
No.
I've gotten too old to do all of that. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in that at all.
I know,
just give them a haircut and let them go.
Yeah. El Natural.
Yes.
So now you were raised out on a ranch with...
In Helotes.
Okay.
Well, they were born in San Geronimo at the Gallagher Ranch. I was born at the Gallagher.
And how many of you kids are in your family?
9.
Wow. And where are you?
I'm next to. I think I'm next to the youngest.
Oh, so you were spoiled too. We know how them little ones
Oh yeah.
get.
You
They
know,
get everything, huh?
I was telling them about my sister. I don't like to iron. And I said, ooh, but just leave it. I said, I'll iron it when I have time. She said, I'll do it for you. My oldest sister's gonna be 90.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she in good shape like you?
Oh yeah, she's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Does she get out and about?
Oh yeah, she just flew. She lives in Holidays.
Oh.
She just did a beautiful job. She loved it. She's been gone all her life. She married a man and went away, and she never came home for Christmas. That's the first time in her life she come back for Christmas.
What got into her after all
Well,
these years?
But she was married 46 years, but he never let her come home for Christmas.
He wouldn't bring her home?
No.
But she had been home, just not for
Yeah,
Christmas.
not for Christmas. So this was her first Christmas at home.
Oh.
It was wonderful. Oh, she looked so beautiful and in such good health and good spirit. In fact, she called me last night, because she said, you've been on my mind all day today. And I said, oh, I'm just fine, But she wanted to see how I was.
Isn't that great to have that relationship?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, that I, during the week, I had a week off with her, for Christmas. And I do craft stuff, and I was making some angels. And I said, do you want to do something too? She said, yeah. So she made some ornaments, Christmas ornaments.
Oh.
And she made them beautiful. Her own design, her own color schemes, and they were beautiful.
Like crocheting?
No. She does that too, but this was with crystal, made them out of their ornaments, Christmas ornaments.
So you
out of
painted
crystal.
them, or?
No, you put them in those pipe cleaners. Oh, but they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gosh, well that was something fun for you to do. So now
Yeah,
this was...
and see, that gave her something to do while I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
Because I was busy doing the little angels.
And did all your family come up to see her?
Oh, yeah.
You guys had a party?
Yeah. But we don't have very many left. It's just, I have one brother and another sister. And
Oh,
her.
really?
That's it.
So,
They're all
and then all of you kids grew up with the Martinez family?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Wow, and there was how many of them?
7.
7 of them. And this is some of the in-laws, the wives. There's Betty over there with her
Pretty haircut.
pretty haircut.
Betty, I was gonna say something about your haircut.
Pretty snazzy over there.
That looks good.
Isn't it nice?
I almost got one today. My daughter cuts mine. Mine is too long already.
You got nice heavy
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, but mine would do like Betty's, you know. I like it that short.
Yeah, it's pretty classy looking, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Figured it'd be easy for her to take care
Oh,
of
yeah.
too.
It looks very
I
good.
never washed it again.
4 days again.
I don't know, they're called cups, or what do you call these? Anyway, you know what I mean.
What are you taking your coffee?
Oh, where's the restroom?
Salud.
Here, hot and black.
Without the green card. Y'all haven't told up there with a green card? You feeling your senses yet?
No,
Where'd you get it?
I got it. I just haven't filled it out.
Have you read it?
No.
Okay.
Why? What does it say?
That's Benny's dad.
Just some of the questions.
They're having a domino game.
You probably got the long one out. I got the short one.
Pass. What do they ask you?
Us is winning.
What do they ask?
Well, it's
Who's
more
kids?
about nationality
Who
than
wants to
anything else. It's Hispanic and Mexican American or you're Chicano.
You just got
They
one?
don't say
No.
if you're American or a citizen or a veteran.
BJ, friendly.
They want to know if you're.
Really?
There you are.
We're about
I
to
knew
start
you
a
had
new
that.
game of
I had
dominoes.
three
Why
forwards.
did-
I knew you had a
Are you recording?
Don't you get to eat?
Get my dad
Wanna
from
get
the front.
DJ? Huh?
Get everybody
Don't
from
you
the
get
front.
the down?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
take good
no,
pictures.
again I lose it. Every time.
You shut up your mouth.
You're like, I won't
No,
I
hey,
won't
no, you,
newcomer.
EJ can take it. Give it to
You're
EJ.
like, I won't newcomer.
Yeah, give it to EJ. I've taken two.
He plays for the down.
Yeah. Give it to EJ.
I'll take it.
Y'all can take it. Whoever wants it.
Well, the last time I was down, I'm the worst hand I've had.
Yeah, no, you get some you can down, you know.
Just look at the camera and say hello.
Have to give your name or not. Oh. Do like the cowboy player. Hello, mom. Hello, mom. So how come
Hey,
they
Benny.
never say hello, dad?
Try,
Well, they don't
trying to
know
be a
like that.
cool guy.
They don't know who he is.
You look retarded.
Jesus,
There's
now,
Betty.
Preston, you and Betty don't need to be calling those
And there's
people.
my
They're old and
mom.
So we always got
record it.
caught.
That was daring.
Well, we thought we
Or you'd have party.
He misses
bought it.
family
Why
so
can't he keep
much
it?
when he goes home. Well, they're close. Benny and Anna and Arthur and I guess the boys were always with them and they took them
Yeah.
hunting and I've never heard
Did you
such
drop your
stories. like that.
strawberries, sugar?
I know, huh?
Betty, were you looking at her strawberry?
No, I
She
didn't.
What
know.
you do, drop it?
I gotta get in another one because I dropped that one.
Oh, my God. I want to get me a little piece of that other one.
Say a little something into the camera.
She has
Hi.
one.
Hi. How are you? How are you? Good looking? What's cooking? Good looking?
You need to be thought-provoking and ask questions, Quentin.
Okay, Mrs. Camera Woman.
And you're supposed to be incognito so nobody knows that the camera's on them.
Are you talking?
You of the. Us.
Better make sure it's not any of that Rancho plateware.
Isn't that cool? She made this.
Those are little pots, honey. I never thought of putting one up like that.
And get this on video too. Look at her little guy over there made out of pots. The little guard. Can you see him?
I've seen him before.
Isn't he cute? She made that out of pots, flower pots.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Really? Get out of town. Yeah, he is made out of pots, isn't he?
That was the
Huh.
Yeah?
So now I want you to Say a little something about each person that you know. Okay? Let's go through the little family diary.
Don't make me the narrator. This is my Aunt Pat.
And she's pretty sweet. Oh, look.
Move that
They're
chair.
so cute.
My Aunt Nelda just brought in some more figurines. Are those more pots?
Come over and get their bodies in, honey.
Aren't those cute?
Oh, that's so cute.
Made out of 4x4s.
Isn't that
Really?
funny?
Uncle Emilio cut them out for me and then I put them together.
Oh,
You know, you
I
can
love
sell
it.
those.
Yeah.
That is
She
cute.
says she doesn't want it to ruin her creativity.
Well, it becomes a job,
Yeah.
you know.
Then he's going to be out there
Ours.
cutting a lot of 4x4s.
Well, I joined a club of crafts, and there's 8 ladies, and he had to cut 28 pieces.
Oh.
He said, "Who joined this club? You or me?"
They're darling.
Isn't that cute?
They're adorable.
That's very good. Very good.
I like her expressions.
I do too. I like her eyes.
Hello, girls, she said.
Hi, everyone.
So you've
And get
been,
a nice view of Betty's hairstyle.
Oh,
Very
there's a haircut.
I like it.
I do too. I do too. In fact, when I saw her, I thought to myself, really a good haircut.
Thank you.
Too bad
I
you're
like.
not gonna stay longer.
Pardon?
Too bad you're not gonna stay longer.
When are
I
y'all?
know. It's never long enough.
How long are y'all gonna be here?
I think till tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna try and come out tomorrow night?
We should, huh?
Yeah, the kids are gonna be here tomorrow night.
Hi, honey. Okay, you're supposed to be an exciting,
I'm getting tired.
you know, question answer.
look at these
Get the
faces.
crowd going. Now
on
go out
these
there and get
ladies.
your uncles and them.
This year 2000 champion hairdo.
On whom? You're not looking at me, are you?
Got both of you in.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, she does hairdos as well.
I used to do
Better
your
than a
daddy's
hair
hair.
don't.
I used to have to give him a mirror before I could cut a piece of hair off.
On your
Mirror all
father.
the time.
He used to want a
Why
mirror.
did you have to give him hair?
So he would tell you how much to take off.
Oh,
Wait a minute, don't start. I'd have to bring the mirror.
Gina hates that.
Huh?
She hates it when people tell her how to cut the hair.
They try to
Yeah, but
tell you what to do.
That's what his daddy was.
Bossy. See, us hairdressers don't like that. Huh? We like our
Oh,
own
when he was a
design.
little boy, he was a little boy when I got it.
You let him do it to build his self-confidence, huh? She let him do it. Now go on.
The Domino Championship. They're steady at it.
Turned out to be a disappointment.
There's a lot of consternation on the next play. Who's gonna screw it up next? Who's gonna get blamed for the wrong play now?
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
Put that
first
toe in
thing
your
you did.
finger.
Yeah, first thing you did.
Then you will be.
25.
25. There you go. Damn, how'd you do that? Forced to play there or something?
Something like that.
Well, cut it down to 15 there, Benny.
Yeah, you have no singers.
Nope.
Which one?
Damn. Oh, you'd screw up a wet dream.
That's what old Wade used to say.
Pass. John was supposed to call me, wasn't he? He never did. Didn't he say he was going to call me or something? Yeah, he wanted to talk to you.
Wade?
Yeah.
You know, he got my phone, your phone number from me. Did he ever call you?
Yeah.
A couple of months ago.
Yeah, we fixed his truck. He locked up that damn transmission.
He called me
He's
on.
got that big old.
Still on
We
bass.
thought he blew the engine.
Oh, that right?
Because his wife was driving, said, "That damn woman burned up my engine." So it locked up. So he brought it in. I messed with it. And, man, I couldn't turn the engine.
Hey, Dad, look up.
I couldn't turn the engine and couldn't turn the transmission on it.
You got one of them? You down, didn't you? Or did you?
Yeah, he done. Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I only got one. I ain't
That
got-
answers it. I know, because you were right at them.
Yeah.
So, 1, 2, 3, 6.
Hey, what are you doing with that?
Oh, yeah. He got right. Fours and six, fours and fives. Sucking me off.
Okay, we'll cut that part out.
One of them blowing cans.
One of them.
Have you heard about a Lewinsky cat? Okay, 10 and domino.
10 more.
10 more? Okay.
Here I am in my dad's office, taking pictures of his pictures.
U.S. history, Mr. Hand.
Can move to another one. This one he gave me. Is that one up yours? Up there? No. Here's another one. Mountain goat.
There will be no eating. E-A-T-I-N-G. No eating in this class. You get used to doing your own business on your own time. That's one demand I make. Just like you wouldn't want me to come to your house some evening and discuss U.S. history on your time. Understand? This guy's been stoned since the third grade. Yeah? Yeah, I'm registered in this class. What class? This is U.S. history. See the globe right there. Really? May I come in? Oh, please. I get so lonely when I hear that third attendance ring and all those kids in our theater. Sorry, I'm late.
Looks like he's looking right at you. You be in the movies?
Oh, Lord, no.
Who's in the movies?
Yeah, I would. Right there. Right. I thought they did something. Luke gave you Luke for a water softener, or? Uh-huh. Right.
You want to say anything for the camera? Breaker?
Breaker. Hello.
Show your old desk here. This is his office.
The world of life. That is the name of the textbook we will be using in this class. I mean, look. Your mustache coming in red. Almost precedent.
Going all the way around the office.
Our what's part with and part with. What do you mean what's? This girl is my exact type. All right. Where'd you see her? We're in biology class.
We'll see you in the movies.
Okay.
There he's spitting into that disgusting cup.
I mean, a girl decides how far she's gonna let
Ooh.
you go in the first 5 minutes. Well, what am I supposed to do? Go up to this strange girl in my biology class and say, hello, take your clothes off and jump on me? I would.
Are you getting shy for the camera now?
I can see it all now. Still just like last summer. You fell in love with a girl at the
Does the lighting okay in here, honey?
Yeah, the lighting's fine. Do you have any questions that you want to ask your uncle?
So anyway, we'll probably leave this evening.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, start driving out this way. I was gonna wait for my father to get off of work.
Oh. And he's working today, isn't he?
Yeah, I went over with him this morning.
He didn't tell you nothing about my property over there? Remember
No, I asked him, but he didn't say much. It's hard for him to answer. He has trouble.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so. There's sometimes you can't think of things right away. Well, he's got it worse. He has trouble answering and making sentences.
Putting his words together.
Putting his words and thoughts.
If I could stop, see, I don't have to go to these auctions. I get enough. I don't get it as much as I'd like to get, but the kids they're saving it and they're spending it, and I don't have to raise goats. I don't have to raise sheep, but I want to do it. These stumps, I can let them be there, but
Yeah.
I want my kids, when they come in around here and they fall, they won't hit a stump.
Yeah.
So I'm cleaning the whole. Merce and Jerry's. Have you seen it in the daytime? Have you been to the creek?
Not recently. But
You
I'm sure
enjoy
it's not
keeping
so-
yourself busy, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. I have to.
Yeah.
Look, if it wouldn't have been raining, I'd have had I took my labor back home, but it was raining, so I didn't want them to get wet. Man, I come back and put my raincoat, and I went out there myself and worked all morning outside. And I took them home, and D.A. and Paul come and helped me. So we unloaded the trailer, and
Did you have an incident with a sheriff or a highway patrolman recently?
One incident? Or how many?
Are you a wild banshee?
What
Tell us what
incidents did you-
happened.
Well, there's several of them.
We'll start with the first one.
Tell us your favorite one.
Well, let's see. Oh, Lord. Why don't you call me? I should have had some whiskey.
Uh-huh. Well, it's the afternoon now if you want one.
No, I had one with, nice one with a, he handcuffed me right out there, knocked me down. Then I knocked him down. He was a border patrol. I was coming down the road. So I had two domestic help with me. I wasn't taking them nowhere. We were going to work. And
But were they wet?
I don't know if I should say that on tape or not. I said, what are you going to do? He said, you're under arrest. For what? You had aliens. I said, I had no aliens, man. I had my grandson plowing in the back. I didn't tell you that before. Before I left Paul, so in case I would meet him, I already knew. So I said, I'll go by myself. They won't hurt Paul. Well, anyway, he said, turn around. I said, don't put my arms behind me. I have a bad heart. All you goddamn dumb bastards have bad hearts. I said, no, I ain't no dumb bastard. I have a bad heart. Put your hands around your neck and lean on that car. So I put my hands behind my back. He said, lean over there in that car. I said, hey, man, I can't lean like this. My hands behind my back. I said, lean on that car. I said, I want to lean as best as I can, but don't kick me because I'll fall down. So he kicked me and I fell down. And then he seen I couldn't get up. I said, no, don't help me. I'll get up. So I said, change these things, man, I tell you. So while I was laying on it, he changed them and he put them on the front and he put them real tight. So I stood up. I said, you got them too tight. They cut me. I got a scar here in this hand. I said, they're too tight. Oh, they all were too tight. I said, they are too tight. Check them. So when he started jerking my hands, it hurt me, see. So I just he was standing pretty close to me. And I hit him right here. And I knocked him down. Man, he got up and put that gun about 2 inches from my brain. I said, God damn, man. Either you're nervous or you're scared. I said, because that gun is going to go blow the hell out of me, man. He said, shut up. I said, I'll do anything, man. Put that gun down, hell. And I said, losing this, I told you, I didn't mean to hit you. I can't stand that. He said, I said, can you talk any better to me? I don't have to do anything for you. I said, well, by that time, Louise drives up, and she had domestic help, but he seen him when he turned the field, so he jumped out of the truck. He didn't see him. Well, when he seen Louise, she was Anglo, see? And he said, who's that? I said, oh, I didn't tell you it was me. I said, oh, it's some ladies live in the back. And I said, that's where I was going when you stopped me. So they started arguing. Then he asked me for my billfold. I said, well, took my billfold off. He walks with it over to Louise. He pulls my driving license, and he seen I was a Knights of Columbus, a veteran, and something else he noticed in there. Then after he talked to Louise, he said, is he really your uncle? Yeah, he's a good old man. Well, I don't know if Louise offered him anything or not, because I had helped Louise with another one. We had the same deal. He didn't arrest me, but he arrested Louise. And I got the truck back, and we had an argument. So then he come back after he talked to Louise. I couldn't believe it. He said the guy couldn't find my road to pick up my truck. I said, I'll tell you what, you might have me handcuffed, I ain't gonna let that guy get my truck. You're in my property. I have a right here. You might have me arrested because you think you know something. You don't know nothing. You're not gonna take that truck. So by that time, Luis had done. Somebody had called Jerry. I don't know if he heard it in radio or not, but Jerry was headed this way. So then another one drives up. Another border patrol drives up. He said, "Man, you're a dumb son of a bitch." I said, "Well, I ain't no border patrol, but I do all right." And they kept cussing me there, and then this guy, after he called back, he said, "I'm gonna let you go." I said, "Well, you ain't got nothing on me, man. I had no domestic help. I don't know."
He had no way of proving it.
I said, he said, "Well, I know you had somebody." Well, that's just in your mind. You thought you hit me. Maybe you have seen me in the road, but so he lets me go. Takes the handcuffs off, and I'm bleeding on his hand here. He said, "You think if you see me in the street someday, you'll be talking to me? I'll tell you one thing. I'm not mad. But next time you see me, if I got a gun, don't point that gun like you did to me. I don't care if I'm wrong or right. Don't point that gun." Oh, he said, "Forget about that." I said, No, I'm telling you. I'm an old man. I'm a veteran. I'm a special officer out here. I was a mayor 14 years of this Helotes town, Geronimo. And I'm not like you. I'll admit I've done a few wrong things. But I don't smoke dope. I don't steal. I make my own living. Take care of myself. So they walked up there in the woods. And they went plowing around Louise. Okay.
To try to look for him?
Yeah. The boys come on around here. And he was right there at the gate. And they come right around by the chicken coop. But that time Jerry comes in. He said, "They're over there, Dad." And I'm like, "Get the hell out of here, man." And they were right there. But they were checking on Elaine had another boy. But they didn't. I didn't get him. He ran off too. And they leave. So the next 2 weeks they check me at the store every day. They'd go on the other side and then they'd sit about over there by Howard's Gate and look at the store. But that's when I just didn't take nobody to work up there. We just done all the work at Jerry's Ranch. So I didn't go at the gate. I'd go to the store. Sometimes I'd go to the toll road and they'd follow me. And I'd turn around on any of them ranches, go in and wait a while and then come back out. And I'd go back to the store and then I guess, how in the hell did he get back in? We didn't see him. And he quit messing with me.
It took about a week.
No, it took about 3 or 4 weeks. They finally let me go. But then he had a little plane circle around. They still do. You watch it about 5 o'clock. But
Oh, really?
Yeah, and well, I've had some rough deals, but I had. I'd rather not talk. Jerry don't like me to talk about it. It don't bother me, you know. But I don't know why I had that kind of luck. What is that?
Video camera?
I can take snapshots from it too.
Oh yeah.
I'll find the perfect pose and I'll have them make a still shot of you.
Okay.
So did anything come of that deal? This one recently? Anything else happened?
Well, I had the lady that used to take care of Mama. She used to live back there.
Mm-hmm.
She had a daughter. So she went in the store. She went to work, and then this lady invited her daughter. She was domestic help too. Well, they went in the store, and this girl started grabbing medicines out of the counter. Well, the camera caught her. So when they got to the door, they arrested her. Well, that old lady got scared. She was an angler, so they picked her up, but she was only 16 or 17. so then they called me, and then I had a couple of guys that I'm not going to mention their names because they're good friends, and they're officers. And not that I'm afraid of mentioning I don't think they'd care. But I called him. He said, well, how old is she? I said, well, just go down and tell them you want to pick her up. Just tell them who you are. Tell them you're a special deputy. And they live down there. So Lydia helped me, and we called down there. I said, yeah, we got her here. He said, you might as well pick her up. We can't hold her. She's a juvenile. So I went in and got it, and the sergeant said, you can't have her. I said, well, you ain't the one to sign this thing. That captain over there said, and I knew that captain. And he said, just don't say nothing. Just take her home. And I brought her, and her mother was real nice, happy. And I told her, well, just don't do that here. They're very hard here. And emergency. And I know who was, and you probably know too. They made good money on it. And they were kin to me. They see the trucks, and then we had Lucio. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
Lucio.
I remember
Lucio
Lucio.
used to drive the truck for him. He wrecked the truck twice. Now I know that was for running away from him because he wrecked it. The first time he wrecked it was at young. He tore it and he hit some people, and they didn't sue us. The next time he hit the bridge at Geronimo. But we got a guy. Way lucky we never had to pay no fine. But we weren't doing nothing wrong. We just they were working people, and we needed them, and that's all it was. The big thing when I was that boy's age, and Grandpa was sitting there at the store, and he had this. So he'd sit sometimes there with a 30-30. Everybody wore guns, and even all the cowboys had guns. The Gallagher, the Slick, the people that I work at the Gallagher. I don't know if you remember Charlie Kidd. Remember he always wore a gun, and I'm talking here for Vicky, and Vicky lived at the store. She had kids there, and Jerry seen them. But I'm talking about the old cowboys. So Remolo owned this ranch. It was Remolo Sanchez, but he married a Cepeda. They fought at the Alamo. Fito Cepeda. I got his old picture, but that's his home there. So he'd make whiskey there. I don't know if you remember that old hole I found back there, barrels and all, when I bought this ranch. And
What was in it?
he used to make a lot of whiskey. They had what they call a still, ain't it?
Yeah.
And they'd light it just before dark so they couldn't see the smoke, and then they'd cut it off and try to use the ashes to stay warm till the next day get it warm again. And not dark, they'd put the fire on again. So the Texas Rangers came to the store, and he was there. And they came on horses. There was 4 or 6 of them. I don't remember. I think I was 10 years old. I remember good. So there was no fence behind the store, if you remember, and there was a little road. The old road used to go up the hill there, and there was some live oaks. And he was young, and okay, he was like Mr. Sanchez. They were almost full-blooded Indians, but they married. Some married Anglo, some married Mexican, some married Indian. But Mr. Sanchez had a big family. This was his brother. So as soon as they seen him, he had a little. They call them Spanish mules. The Indians would rather ride a Spanish mule than a good horse. So he got in his mule, and when he crossed a creek, the Texas Rangers were afraid to jump in the deep, but the mule swam across the creek and got on the bank. And when he went up there, he went under a tree and got on a tree. And they knew that he had to go to the Gallagher because there was other people over there. Well, Mr. Sanchez lived the other side of the Gallagher, his brother. So when they all went by, when the last one come through, he jumped from the tree and hit him on the head and got the horse and ran up here. and hide. And they couldn't find him, and I didn't know either, you know, because they would come back to the store and they thought he'd hid there. And they found the mule. And
they didn't find him.
No, he got the horse. I think he finally. I don't know if they ever got the horse back, because they really wanted the horse.
Now, who was this guy again?
Mr. Sanchez's brother.
Oh.
Rémulo Sanchez. He's an old man. I didn't buy the ranch from him. I brought it from his wife. She was about 80 or 90. Her niece is still living. I used to take her out. Her name is, well, she married Tensha Madrona, and she got a beautiful family. And I call her once in a while. They're kin to the Cepedas, the Sanchez. They were all kin folks in through here. And the funniest one, this story might not be no good because the sheriff was a good friend of Daddy's. So Daddy used to sell whiskey. Daddy never made whiskey, but it was called 302 or 203 or something. I don't know what it was, but I would hear it. And Daddy sold homebrew. We made beer. I used to clean a lot of men. Gloria used to clean a lot of bottles, and the Hernandez used to sell whiskey, the Sanchez. But Daddy had a store, and he knew quite a few officers. And I knew 4 or 5 of them personally, and they helped me a lot on tickets. And one was Oscar Wanaker, Gus Gurfers, Victor Diego, Arthur Villarreal, and there was another one helped me a lot on tickets in the courthouse on account of Daddy. And they were real nice guys. They were good, but they didn't insult you. They walked through you just like a man, tell you. They didn't grab that gun like they were scared. And so they made a raid. The Texas Rangers, they have to get permission from the city before they come and raid your home. So the sheriff called Daddy. Daddy was a special deputy under the sheriff. He said, people, they're going to come and raid your store, and the Texas Rangers on narcotics. They're bringing some narcotics out there. He said, so make sure you leave a couple of bottles up there where they can find them. But you better get ready because they're coming. So we went under the floor. And the house was about this low. Went in there. We already had dug, for emergency, we dug holes. We put them in and put a board, and we put dirt over them. In the chicken coops, dug holes, put board, put chicken shit all over the board. And it took me over an hour, I guess. I thought they'd never show up. I wasn't nervous because I was young, you know, but they were. So here they arrived. Man, I never seen some. They had pistols. I think the barrel got climbed on it. Big, beautiful white sidebars or whatever they were. And the sheriff come and told Mama hello. They knew Mama real good. And Daddy just, So that Texas Ranger looks at Grandpa. Grandpa used to sit in front of the store. It was just like you see in the old movies. We had a little bench and everybody would sit up there and they'd say jokes. And he would sit with his 30-30. And that Texas Ranger tried to make him move, and Daddy told him, don't move him. He doesn't speak English. He's 3/4 Indian, so he don't bother you. Just leave him alone. So they didn't bother him, but they worried while Grandpa would sit there. And I think I was sitting on the other side.
Now, this was my grandpa or your grandpa that you're talking about?
My grandpa.
Oh.
And your great-grand... Okay, we never knew our real grandpa. He was our step-grandpa, Perales. Louise got a picture. I had it, but they stole it from me, so I seen it. I know she's got it because I seen her over there. And that was my daddy's step-grandpa, Perales. Isidro Perales was his name. And he was buried right across the road in 1936. He died at the Gallagher. And he used to be a goat herder to work at the Gallagher for $15 a month. So after they went in their house, and Mama had them old chicken cabins, and they found a little bottle that they knocked all the dishes and broke them. And the sheriff walking around them and some couple of special deputies, but they had narcotic officers. They act like they're nothing. And he walked another one. I think they found another one somewhere, and they pushed some more dishes. He pushed the chairs. We didn't have the best chairs in the world, you know. And sheriff said, Pete, I'm ashamed of you. He said, I don't think you could. Daddy wouldn't answer nothing. Daddy never talked back. And after they got ready to go, he said, well, no, we don't want you to have whiskey in the house. We keep it in your bedroom, probably where you drink it. If you got to drink some after bed, he said, but we ain't gonna do nothing to you. We're gonna let you go, but we know you're selling whiskey. And Daddy never answered. So they left. And Mama was a switchboard operator, the first one out here. I'm talking about 1920, 1930, 1930.
Wow.
I was 8 or 9 or 10 years old. So the phone, after they left about an hour or so, the sheriff said, well, Pete, they ain't going to find you, so we're headed home, back to the office. And he said, just be careful, Pete. Don't be messing with these people that sell whiskey or beer. And he said, the 3-2 was coming into Texas to sell beer or something. They just acting silly. So then, after an hour, he had time to get to town. The phone rang. Miss Martinez, this is the sheriff. Tell Pete, we'll go back up there before dark tonight, or right after dark. Tell him put up about 4 or 5 gallons out of that dark whiskey and about 6 pints of the light whiskey and about 3 or 4 cases of beer. And let me know how many dishes them Texas here broke. We'll pay for them. And that's the sheriff. He was a good sheriff. He didn't like you to steal. He didn't. But he knew how honest. Daddy was very honest. I don't know where Daddy got that. He was so damn honest. It was hard to believe. And they really liked him. Arthur's a little close to Daddy. Arthur will not fight. He will not take bull. But Arthur will not. You can insult him, and Arthur almost just like the way Christ wants you to be, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he'll argue.
Pretty nice thing to say about somebody.
Yeah, and with Daddy, you gotta have a, I don't know, I just can't stand there.
A thick skin. A thick skin.
I guess so. But,
Takes a
I
strong
come
heart
back
to-
from the service. After I come back, I was 24 years old, and I didn't fall in love. He died after we got back. Stove up. We fight for nothing, and we'd love all these places didn't like niggas. We'd go in on purpose just to fight. And we talked to a couple of guys outside. We'll start. We'll help you. Beatrice Sanchez couldn't walk into John Floor. Josie, and she was light complected, but John Floor wouldn't let. So we got in. I got Willie in there, and we told John, well, we'll tear it out, John. You can call it off if you want to. But Willie's going to drink a beer in it with us. Frank Stone tried to block it. Frank Stone would know nothing to do with it. He just had him out. But Hooks showed me a lot when I went to New York, and people would talk. There was dirty people all over. But I got back to the store, and this guy come in, you know, he said, Daddy was behind the bar, and he said, hey, you fat, greasy Mexican. He said, God damn, Pete, you look pregnant, you damn fat, greasy back. I woke up there, I said, do you know who you're talking to? I don't care who I'm talking to, he's a damn fat Mexican. I hit him, I knocked him down. Daddy, it hurt Daddy, you know. Oh, son, don't do that. I said, no, sir. Sir, this is Mr. Martinez. I'm his son. Now, if you want to talk to him, you call him by his name. Don't come up here calling my daddy names. And that man started crying. And I didn't feel bad about it, but Daddy then told me, he said, well, Daddy, you got to get used to North. Not anymore, Daddy. Everything is changing. And I had a few calls with some other people that tried on me. Some that insulted my wife, and a few things. I went to New York. I was in the service then, and Hooks and I were both. He was a little older than me, and I never seen so damn many sailors. There were sailors all over, and we had just landed. They were going to send us overseas, so. In the Navy, I don't know why it is that I guess it passes Cubans or Spaniards. You can put a Mexican in a Navy suit, and they don't discriminate much. But as soon as we got there, I guess I colored on them Army clothes, you know. And it's a big, where the Navy there goes. Nothing but Navy. There must have been 2,000-3,000 Navies and about 200-300 of us soldiers. So these guys are sitting up there, and mostly Dagoes, or all mixed crowd too. Hey, said, you guys seen the tamale vendors? I didn't hear it. Hey, he said, you got a few chili choppers too. I said, I want to see chili. And he kept on, and Hooks finally got tired. He said, Latto, I was corporal then. That bastard over there's talking to you, Latto. Hooks, I don't know. How can... Well, when he called you tamale bender, taco eater, chili bender. And so, says, go over there, and about 4 feet before you get to him, ask him, just before you get there, ask him if he's talking to you. And then, just as he's going to try to get up. They're Navy, they're going to fight. Just as he's getting up, hit him. Don't stop, hit him. And Hooks is about 10 or 12, and he said, don't worry, we got Sergeant Brass and Vasquez and me, and I said, hell, there's only 4 of them, man. He said, are you afraid? I said, no, man, but golly, we're going to get a whip. And he said, no. So, and he's looking over here, look at him. He said, hello there, Tamale. I said, God damn. I get up, I said, okay, Hooks.